Hi everybody. Today, well, Miss Penny came to say hello, but today we're not focusing on cute kitties. We are having a little bit of a crisis. So I bought this cool tiger jaw. Last week I happened to be walking through, I think it was Home Depot or one of those big box stores, and saw this cool plant. Don't have it. Have been really busy since the weekend and did not get a chance to really repot this or anything. I just stuck it on the windowsill near my quarantine area, and it didn't feel overly wet at the time. So I had it on my list to get it in, good succulent soil at a later date. I happened today, this is the first chance I've had to go around and check my plants and water them, as I've been super busy. And I don't know if you guys can see here, I stuck my finger in here and we have some serious rot going on. Sometimes this is what happens when you buy plants from these big box stores. Not good. Not good at all. I should have made time to check this sooner. I could possibly, I didn't even have to get my scissors out. I might be able to lay this on some soil and see if that'll root. I need to go through here and see what is salvageable, see what can be saved, what needs to go. Oh boy. I don't know if you can see that dark in there. So this side feels firm, feels good. As you can tell, this is in it obviously started as a plug, and it's still pretty wet in here. Without hurting the roots, I'm actually trying to break this up some and get some of this soil out of here. Sometimes I would soak these, but I am honestly afraid to put any more water in this at all. Sometimes when you need help breaking up roots, these little sticks can be very helpful. Just, work it in. I'm almost wondering if I need to let this guy sit out some and dry. Definitely check your plants. Even when you buy from reputable, nurseries locally, sometimes, this can happen. It's always good to be proactive and check your plants before it gets to this point, because like I said, tilt this forward, you don't want this nasty just don't want to find that in your plant. I, to be completely honest, have a ton of things I still have to do today for my kids. And this was not on my agenda, but hey, my plants are my babies too, so I am making time to help this guy out. We don't want I keep checking in here because, like, as I said, you can tell some of this is a little dark. And the last thing we want is to feel anything mushy and have the rot continue. If we're lucky, we have caught it and it will not spread any further. And I don't know if you guys can tell this mix that it's coming out of. This feels almost like peat, with a little bit of perlite in it. I mean, like a tiny bit. This is by no means succulent soil. So I'm gonna take this guy off, see how he's dark. I mean, I always try to let stuff dry out and see if I can get it to root, but I had an instance not too long ago. I had a beautiful butterfly agave that it was so pretty. It happened to just be like a lucky find, and I had to go away on a trip, and while I was gone, I was like, oh, should I water it? Should I water it? I was a little worried. And I watered it before I left. And I was gone for most of the week. And when I came back, it was mushy. Like a lot mushy. And there was unfortunately no saving it. Now see, this is bad news. Can you see how I'm getting into the stem? And when this dark piece came off, I am now to the roots, but I'm getting concerned because I don't know if you can see how this is just pulling off. Look, this is rotted. Totally rotted. Boy. This is going to change the plan of repot I was thinking about doing today. By far. I think what's going to happen now is I'm trying to see if this is soft or hard. I'm wondering if we can save any of these roots or if I'm gonna have to completely root this again. Because sometimes if you catch them early on, you can just leave these sit out. Like literally just leave them sit. Like if you pull them out with their roots, just let them sit like this for a day, longer if you feel like it needs it, and let it dry out before you pot it into a terracotta pot with drainage with a good cactus mix. This, oh no, see, this is no good. This is what you call bad news and you don't want to see on your succulent. So now I'm going to pull off some of this lower to see. All right, so here's the plan now. Definitely didn't think this was going to go this far, but all right, took off some bottom layers You guys watch me take these bottom layers off. We have, it looks like maybe one tiny nub, but everything here is firm now. We're gonna leave this sit out and callus. I am going to put cinnamon on it. I am going to have to do the same exact thing with this guy. Get some, kills me to have to do this. So some of these I'm just gonna lay and see if they'll root, but this one feels good. Get some of this off. We are going to let these dry. I will pick the video up in a few days or more after I let them. I want to wait till they callus. Like I said, I'm going to put some cinnamon on them. Cinnamon helps as an anti-fungal. It'll get rid of bacteria, all of that stuff that you don't want to find on your succulents. This one, now see, this one's a bummer. This one's rotted up in here. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any. If it doesn't have it, there's not going to be any saving that. But we have a piece or two that looks promising, but we went, as you saw, we went from a very big plant to now a pretty small. But like I said, all you can do is let it dry out, see what happens, see if anything starts to root. I'm checking all of these to see which are any of this is worth trying to salvage. That's mushy. Mushy. What a bummer. And look at all of this soil still in here. This is full, like up to here. And this was definitely super wet around those roots. If I would have been able to get in there and pull this guy out sooner, I could have prevented this from happening. But I'm going to show you a good cactus mix. I think I've shown you guys in a previous video, is a good mix of, you want bark, you want perlite, you want some pumice rocks or something like that. You want to put perlite in here. Even some sand is a good call. Good look. This is what you want to put your succulents in. It gives them some soil to, you know, retain a tiny bit of moisture, but basically you want to be able to water them. You want it to run through and, you know, dry out in a reasonable amount of time, or you're going to end up in a situation like this, like I showed you guys. You're going to have mush, no roots, and you're going to be trying to save a plant to see if you can get it to root. But we'll talk more about that later.